Hey everybody, this is Dwight with eatingthaifood.com. We're on the line today with Amber Z from Epic Self. Amber is she's a foodie, she's a writer, she's a dancer, a backpacker. She's a lot of things. I'm gonna let you say hello, Amber, and why don't you describe yourself just a little bit in case I missed something there.
Hi, everyone. Gosh, wow. Yeah, I have a very vast thing, vast slew of things I do. But yeah, I'm a professional dancer. I also teach virtual Pilates, and I do holistic nutrition coaching through my website. So I try to work as virtually as possible most of the time so I can travel. And I'm a vegan and a raw foodie. I'm very much into green living and minimal living as much as possible. So I travel extensively and try to keep my load very, very light so that my footprint on the planet is very small.
Okay. Amber, we are vegetarian this month. This isn't because we care about the planet or animals or anything. Actually, it does have a charity cause. We've been trying to raise money and promote awareness for my organization. But can you tell us a little bit, how you started your diet? Because we're coming across, a lot of vegan and raw food things, and that we would have never seen had we just been doing our normal buffets and feasting and stuff that we do all the time. So
Yeah, well, basically, I've studied nutrition for, gosh, I don't know how many years now, probably 7 years now. And I grew up eating junk food. I grew up eating McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, you name it. And I grew up eating meat and dairy at every meal. And so I really didn't know anything else, right? And then as I started to get older and research more about nutrition and also really focus on green living and the environment and seeing the environmental impact that, for example, the meat industry, the dairy industry have on the planet, I really just started to change my outlook on things and just wanted to experiment. So
okay.
I went vegetarian first for a while, and I kind of did that wrong. I didn't balance my nutrients properly. I ate way too much tofu, and I just did things the wrong way. And I learned a lot from that. And then I was like back eating sushi and turkey, and so then the really huge change that I felt was when I decided to cut dairy out of my life, and that was just so profound. The toxins in our dairy are unprecedented in this country, and so when you take yourself off dairy, you feel incredible just because of the toxin and antibiotic and hormone load that you no longer have in your body. So that was really profound, and then from there I went to vegan, completely no eggs and no meat, and then from there, I went raw, and I've been raw for about 2 years now, almost 100% the entire time.
Wow.
And the reason I just kept going was because I just kept feeling better and better and better. And what began as an experiment became this amazing energy rush, and I just was so enthralled. Like you said, when you start to learn more about it, you're just like, why not? Why not try this and incorporate it more into your life as much as you can?
Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, we've been eating all kinds of stuff, and one of the cool things is we've gotten to share a lot of these places that people have kind of come back and said, "Wow, I didn't know about that," or I'm a vegan, or I'm a raw foodie, and I had no idea this place existed." How do you connect
Right.
with food communities or other raw foodists when you're abroad or traveling and trying to keep up with your diet on the go?
Raw food is actually the simplest thing I find to do when you're traveling. Because what could be simpler than just going to the local grocery store or the local market and getting apples and bananas and some greens? I mean, it's so simple, and that's the thing about the raw food diet and eating vegan is that it's actually a lot more simple than preparing cooked food, and it's actually a lot quicker because you're just cutting and assembling, basically, and blending sometimes, versus preparing a meal and then having to cook it and then having the cleanup after that. So for me, it's actually a lot easier when I'm traveling. I always have fruits and nuts and seeds with me, and I always pack a bunch of veggies. And for me, it's been very easy to connect with local markets because in most of their countries, there are markets everywhere. So I just always keep my eyeballs peeled for markets. and then going into local grocery stores. And then I also connect on couchsurfing.com because I will use couchsurfing.com extensively when I travel. So meeting up with other vegans and vegetarians and raw foodies while I'm traveling in those communities is the best. Also Facebook, of course, is just fantastic for networking, and Twitter.
That's really helpful. I think people can kind of take a look at those resources.
When I go to countries, I want to meet the locals and I want to learn from them, from their culture. But I also really want to stay true with how I feel I want to eat and take care of myself. So I want to connect with like minds in those countries. Because if I was to move to those countries or continue to travel through them, I want to be able to connect with like minds and share something that I'm very passionate about.
So the other thing that people are asking us all the time is, and this is just vegetarian, I think even more so for like a raw food diet. People want to know how are we staying full? Because we are eating all the time, we are hungry all the time. What do you do to actually to get your body used to only the raw food?
It takes a transition, but some people do it cold turkey overnight. And I was not necessarily one of those people because I took several years to wean myself from like the heavily meat, dairy diet I had to raw food. But that's one thing that people just have to start getting used to is that when we eat cooked food, especially meat, it pretty much puts us into a coma state. It makes us very tired because it's very hard to digest. So when you start to eat raw food, it digests like that. And so people aren't used to that. And they're like, whoa, I have energy? Oh my gosh, I like don't have to take a nap? This is vibrant energy, right? This is nutrient-dense food that is very easy to absorb, right? And the thing about cooked food, especially cooked meat, is that not only does it take a lot of time to digest, but you're having to detox from all the stuff that's in your meat. So the antibiotics, the pesticides, the herbicides, all those things, your body has to also work and use energy to eliminate those toxins, right? So that's an extra amount of energy. And raw food, though, is such a clean diet that you're actually, your body does no longer have to detox from those things, and then you have even more energy. So you'll notice that raw foodies have unbelievable amounts of energy, and you're like, I want to do what they're doing because they look so glowing and vibrant and so much energy. And it's because of all the water in the food as well. It's water, it's high nutrients, and it's just easy digestible food. So I'd say to fill up more, definitely eat more nuts, grains, and seeds. So eat more protein and fats. Okay. All the good fats and proteins.
That's funny because we have found a great source of fat here. We found durian actually is.
Oh my God! Right? So good. I know durian is amazing, and coconuts. You guys like in tropical fruit heaven.
Right.
So there's no reason you shouldn't feel satiated. Durian is amazing. You can just live on durian, right?
Yeah, eating durian all the time. Well, thank you, Amber, for being with us. Again, everyone, we are vegetarian all month. We've almost made it to the finish line. We want to raise a little bit of awareness and money for charity. If you're interested in buying that Eating Thai Food Guide, all of that money goes to charity this month. So thank you, Amber, for supporting us. If you want to connect with Amber, with everything she's doing, find out more about her diet or getting into some of the workouts and things that she has available on her blog, check her out at epicself.com. And you can also find her on the same name at Twitter. Thanks, Amber.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.